Jadi tetapi memang ini sangat-sangat lengkap dengan pemasangan.
But let's say the easy way is to say you can find anywhere, you can run 2 minutes and get back in 2 minutes. That's the best way to, you can say, to make circles.
Jadi patokan yang paling mudah adalah kita bisa mencapai itu dalam waktu 2 menit dan kembali.
Indonesia.
Any other questions?
Itu kan baru ya.
What about the pad? It said that it contains gel.
Yes.
So if we don't use it, it will expire.
Correct. The expiry date of the pads is typically, well, one thing is, this indicator here will always tell you if the pads are good or not. But we always recommend, there's an expiry date in this little window, we always recommend to replace the pads by that expiry date. It is typically 2.5 years from date of manufacturing. Can they last longer? They will not fail 1 week after, 2 weeks after, no. But we still recommend do not keep them in the AED after the expiry date, because you are walking into the gray zone. We want to make, because this is life and death. If I use my phone and I run out of battery, no problem. If I have a laptop and that breaks, doesn't matter, I can get a new one. But with AEDs, if something goes wrong, somebody typically dies.
Oke, jadi untuk pads memang di sini ada expiry date. Walaupun di sini kita bisa lihat bahwa indikator akan memastikan bahwa kalau ini hijau pasti masih berfungsi. Namun kalau sudah expired, kita tidak anjurkan tetap disimpan di AED karena ini adalah kondisi yang abu-abu. Dan kita ingin yakin bahwa ini bisa berfungsi dengan baik. Karena kalau sampai gagal pasti ada yang meninggal biasanya. Mungkin kalau handphone habis baterai sih oke aja ya, kita tinggal charge seperti ini. Terus kita bisa beli. Tapi kalau ini harus selalu 100% siap dipakai.
So what I will cover now is I will explain a little bit about the technology inside the box. So how can you be sure that it only shocks when it needs to, and how can you be sure that the energy level is right for this person?
Oke, selanjutnya kita akan bahas mengenai teknologinya dan apakah shocknya itu akan efektif atau tidak.
Maybe you can just explain a little bit about the CRM and what the CRM was, and that is why I could put on the pads as even I'm not unconscious and so on.
Oke, jadi mungkin latar belakang sedikit kenapa kalau kita berani pasang dalam kondisi sadar alat ini. Karena cardiac science itu adalah waktu awal dulu mengembangkan yang namanya alat yang disebut dengan CRM. Dan ini adalah alat yang memang didesain untuk dipasang pada pasien dengan kondisi jantung yang kritis yang masih sadar, tetapi ada risiko besar untuk mengalami serangan jantung atau cardiac arrest tadi. Jadi dipasang sudah pada saat dia masih sadar, dan jika dia mengalami cardiac arrest, otomatis akan memberikan shock. Nah, teknologi ini adalah teknologi sangat-sangat tinggi dan tidak dimiliki oleh merek lain. Makanya kita berani melakukan itu. Jadi jangan lakukan ini dengan alat lain, karena kita belum yakin atau kita belum tentu tahu apakah kemampuan alat itu mendeteksi itu baik atau tidak. Karena dalam kondisi gerak itu ada artefak dan dia bisa salah baca, dianggap itu serangan atau cardiac arrest. Namun teknologi kita itu bisa membedakan apakah itu benar-benar cardiac arrest atau hanya artefak gerakan otot atau apa. Jadi di sini sangat-sangat aman.
So the thing is, all other AEDs, their algorithm, their interpretation algorithm is designed based on having a victim who's already on the floor, not moving. Our algorithm is designed for actually handling even people walking around, so it is a lot more robust. It is also much better. Let's say if you want to transport the victim maybe to the clinic in the vehicle, it is more robust. It is more easy to withstand movements. But it also gives you the benefit that if you or somebody else are in doubt, is this victim unconscious or not? For other AEDs, you should wait. For this one, of course, put it on immediately, just like I did before with myself.
Jadi Jadi AED lain desain untuk menganalisa orang yang sudah tidak sadar. Namun AED kita didesain untuk orang yang masih sadar sebetulnya. Jadi kita bisa yakin kalau kita pasang itu pasti akan bisa membedakan dan bisa menganalisa dengan 100% benar. Dan ini memberikan jaminan juga kalau kita melakukan transportasi misalnya dengan ambulans atau dengan pesawat atau dengan media lain, itu ini akan bisa membedakan apakah itu artefak gerakan aja atau benar-benar kondisi jantungnya.
So I will say, for these reasons, that you have the most robust algorithm in the industry. You can rely on the decisions being taken by the AED.
Jadi ini ada algoritma yang paling tinggi yang ada di kelasnya di AED di pasar ini.
And just to underline that, we have made clinical studies where we tested it with 430 different types of rhythms, half of which were cardiac arrest, half which were not. Half which were not cardiac arrest, and of 430, it took the correct decision 429 times. This is better and faster than any cardiologist.
Dan ini dilakukan dengan studi klinis yang benar-benar pada orang hidup. Dan dari 430 orang yang tes itu 215 itu adalah yang mengalami cardiac arrest, 215 itu tidak. 100% dari total 430 itu 429 orang itu dites secara tepat.
We actually had the president of the European Resuscitation Council look at our data, and he said that that was better than he or any of his team members, even as a team, could do. And it was the same thing as when you had this AED, you had a cardiologist there to take the decision.
Dan European Resuscitation Council presidennya pernah datang ke cardiac science dan lihat data ini, dan dia bilang ini jauh lebih baik daripada kalau dia sendiri atau dia mengumpulkan sekelompok ahli jantung untuk melakukan analisa. Jadi ini kalau kita memiliki alat ini sama dengan kita memiliki satu ahli jantung yang top di tempat sebetulnya.
So this is again why I say you never hesitate to put on that AED. Never hesitate to use it. You cannot do anything wrong. I normally say the only thing you can do wrong is hesitate or not use the AED. You can never do something wrong by using the AED.
Jadi jangan pernah ragu untuk menggunakan AED. Kita tidak mungkin akan salah saat menggunakan AED. Yang bisa salah adalah kita tidak melakukannya.
So also the AED will continue to monitor the rhythm. So even if there is a victim that has a cardiac arrest and the victim changes the rhythm by themselves, the AED will immediately cancel the shock because there's a change in the rhythm. So the AED will automatically cancel the shock because it's changing the rhythm.
Oke, jadi fitur lain adalah AED ini akan terus memonitor walaupun dia sudah melakukan keputusan bahwa ini perlu shock. Jadi jika tiba-tiba sesaat sebelum dia melakukan shock, mungkin terjadi perubahan dari semalam menjadi normal, AED ini akan membatalkan. Ya. Jadi satu-satunya AED yang memiliki kemampuan itu.
So I will demonstrate that by first giving the AED a shockable rhythm, a cardiac arrest, and just when it says, now I'm ready to shock, I'm charging 3, I will change it to a non-shockable rhythm, and you will hear that the AED changes the decision and cancel the shock.
Oke, kita peragakan, pertama kan kita akan kasih ritme untuk melakukan shock, dia akan putuskan untuk melakukan shock, dan kita akan ubah menjadi ritme yang tidak perlu shock, dan dia akan membatalkan.
Jangan sentuh pasien. Menganalisa ritme. Jangan sentuh pasien. Menganalisa ritme. Jangan shock disarankan. Charging. Jauhi pasien. Shock akan diberi dalam waktu 3, 2, 1. Ritme berubah. Shock dibatalkan. Jangan sentuh pasien. Menganalisa ritme.
Jadi ini satu-satunya AED yang kita lakukan. Kalau AED lain walaupun dengan tombol, dia menggunakan shock, shock. Kita tetap pasti akan shock walaupun terjadi perubahan.
So you can see it's really very safe. It will always take. If the patient don't need a shock, it will not get. But if the patient needs a shock, they will receive a shock.
Yeah. The AED is automatic. Commonly it's automatic, and this one is automatic too. My question is, how can that AED can determine about VT pulseless and with pulse?
Okay.
Ventricular tachycardia with pulse and non-pulse.
Okay. The AED cannot check for pulse. And actually, the guidelines have changed, so they say no longer check for pulse because it takes too long. It delays the treatment too long. So normally it just says if you have an unconscious victim, put it on. Years ago, with the old guidelines, it said that you should check the pulse, but also all lay people, they don't know, and they maybe spend 1 or 2 minutes to try, and that 1 or 2 minutes has a very negative impact on the survival. So therefore, no need to check for pulse. If the patient is unconscious, put on the AED.
Oke, jadi saya tambahkan juga dari Bob tadi bahwa di guidelines yang baru memang tidak dibutuhkan untuk melakukan pengetesan
karotis
atau detak nadi. Karena bagi orang yang awam atau tidak terlatih akan sangat sulit dicari dan akan memakan waktu terlalu lama. Misal 1-2 menit aja itu sudah memberikan efek negatif yang sangat besar terhadap keselamatan dari korban. Jadi kalau kita melihat bahwa ada orang yang
tergeletak,
tidak sadar, tidak ada respon, langsung kita pasang aja AED.
Maksud saya gini Pak,
Ya.
there is great difference ventricular tachycardia with pulse and pulseless, right? Ventricular tachycardia with unpulse, maybe the AED can use, but in ventricular tachycardia in pulse, there is no stoppable with ventricular tachycardia.
That is correct, and this is typically why you also, I have spoken to many doctors that say, if they have a patient in a very hard, in a fast ventricular tachycardia with pulse, sometimes they will still shock because they want to bring them out as fast as possible. But you're right that the guidelines are slightly different related to pulseless and with pulse. And that is why the guidelines basically say if you have an unconscious person, they say the likelihood of pulseless is higher. So if you have an unconscious patient, use the AED no matter what. And the reason is, remember that there will always be what's called an exception to the rule. But if you look at, let's say, if you look at 100 cardiac arrest victims, you might have 1 that has a pulse, 2 that has a pulse, and that are in pulse in the VT with a pulse. But 98 others need a shock immediately, otherwise they will die. So it is also a matter of looking at the whole group and not only 1 or 2. Look at the whole group and saying we need to find standard rules to apply. Otherwise, yes, for those 2 with pulse, maybe they will say, oh no, I didn't like that, but 98 will be happy to survive. So you always have to look at the average and not pull out one example, because the group, the overall survival percentage is what is most important. But I understand your question.
Maybe also that VT will become VF in very short.
Often, yes, and often, of course, not always, but as you know, often if you have a VT, that can also translate into a VF afterwards. So you'd rather shock a VT instead of wait until the patient go into VF. Do you want to translate something? Okay. Another thing is that also, as medical people, you're used to, if you use a a manual defibrillator, you will normally shock with a synchronized shock for a VT, for instance. This will also shock synchronized if you have a VT. No other AEDs in the market can do that, only cardiac science.
Yes, cardiac arrest kan suatu ketika akan muncul menjadi VT. VT itu kan ada dua jenis, ada yang dengan nadi dan tanpa nadi. Dan guideline sampai dengan sekarang dengan nadi itu tidak shockable gitu. Itu yang shockable yang tanpa nadi saja. Nah, sementara ini kan otomatis dia akan shock seketika tanpa kita perintahkan gitu. Apakah dia bisa membedakan, itu intinya? Dia kan tidak bisa membedakan antara yang nadi apa tidak ada nadi ya. Nah, apakah yang VT yang dengan nadi dia otomatis masuk ke dalam kategori yang non shockable, dia akan otomatis meng-cancel atau gimana?
Memang ada yang dijelaskan, memang dia tidak bisa mengukur nadi, Pak. Jadi kemungkinan besar bisa di-shock. Bisa di-shock. Tetapi kita mesti ingat bahwa semua AED, bahkan AED yang bahkan ini yang sudah paling tinggi pun mungkin mengalami itu, apalagi AED lain yang tingkatnya lebih rendah. Tetapi yang kita lihat tadi adalah dari populasi, mungkin dari 100 orang paling hanya 2 orang yang mengalami itu, sangat jarang. Jadi tetap kita nggak bisa menghindari itu, tapi yang penting adalah kita usahakan untuk bisa menyelamatkan orang yang mengalami cardiac arrest.
Artinya dia akan tetap shock.
Karena memang tidak bisa mengukur nadinya. Namun sebetulnya kayak dia algoritmanya bukan hanya mengukur detak jantung atau jumlah detak kecepatannya aja, tapi dia mengukur benar-benar sampai slope-nya, amplitude dan macam-macam. Karena dia bisa bahkan membedakan antara SVT itu. SVT pun kan non-shockable sekarang. Dia bisa bedakan, dia nggak akan shock. Gitu.
Berarti masuk ke dalam yang non-shockable.
Okay, so what we talked about now was only the RhythmX software from Cardiac Science. All it does is to decide if this is a shockable rhythm or a non-shockable rhythm. That's all it does, yes or no. But now we get to the algorithm which determines the joules, what the actual delivery of the treatment.
Oke, jadi tadi kita ada baru membahas mengenai analisisnya. Dan sekarang kita membahas mengenai teknologi untuk memberikan energinya ke joule.
So, with the next slide here, you will see 2 people. My question to you is, would you shock these with the same energy level?
Kalau kita lihat gambar ini, 2 orang ini, kira-kira kita akan shock dengan joule yang sama nggak?
Lebih pasti sama.
According to the doctor, 4/5 is the same.
Mana sih paling tinggi?
Because what we do is actually our devices will analyze the size of the victim's body. So it will analyze and say, just like if you have, say, if you have a pediatric patient, you have pediatric pants. This will say, okay, we will analyze the size of the victim, and by analyzing, the energy level will be adapted to the individual victim. Because all people are different, people have different defibrillation thresholds. So different levels where defibrillation is successful. So the AED will automatically adjust the energy level to fit the size of the individual victim.
Jadi AED kami itu memiliki teknologi untuk bisa mengukur besarnya pasien. Dan dia akan menyesuaikan dengan setiap orang, karena setiap orang memiliki yang disebut dengan defibrillation threshold, itu batasan untuk bisa melakukan defibrillasi untuk bisa berhasil. Dan dengan ini, dalam ukuran ini dia akan menyesuaikan joule-nya untuk setiap orang. Jadi jika orang itu kebutuhan yang besar, dia akan menaikkan sesuai dengan kebutuhan itu.
And also, what the AED will do, if the first shock is not successful, then it will escalate the energy to a higher level, because then the AED will conclude we have not exceeded this individual's defibrillation threshold. We were not successful with this level, therefore we will increase to a higher energy level to make sure that the second or subsequent shocks are successful.
Dan jika shock pertama gagal, dia otomatis akan melakukan eskalasi atau meningkatkan energi. Karena mungkin di awal dia menganggap bahwa saya tidak melewati tadi defibrillation threshold itu. Jadi dalam shock berikutnya dia akan menaikkan untuk melewati batasan defibrillasi tadi supaya lebih berhasil.
I just want to show that we do have pediatric pads available, but typically these are not used in an airport. It is more if you have a kindergarten, a school environment, or sports facilities where kids are there. But in an airport, typically the customers choose not to use pediatric pads, which has the lower end.
Ya, kami juga memang memiliki pad untuk pediatrik, namun ini juga jarang untuk airport karena ini biasanya lebih untuk sekolahan dan untuk di airport pasti biasa menggunakan yang dewasa.
So here's your question about the energy levels. We actually have 3 energy ranges, and the reason we have an energy range is this is depending on the size and composition of the body of the victim. So the lowest energy range we have is here, the next level here, and the highest level here. But the default setting when we supply AEDs is that the first shock will be delivered in this energy range from 126 to 260, and second and subsequent shocks will be delivered between 170 and 351.
Jadi kita punya 3 pilihan energi range sebetulnya karena dia otomatis menyesuaikan. Yang pertama paling rendah 95, kemudian 120 dan 170. Tapi secara default kita akan set pada shock pertama adalah dengan low antara 126 sampai 260 dan selanjutnya shock kedua dan selanjutnya akan berada pada range 170 sampai 351.
So this is a default setting. However, if one customer decides, no, we would like to have non-escalating energy, that the AEDs can be programmed to do so, but this is our recommended factory default setting below, but it can be modified according to individual customers' requirements.
Jadi secara rekomendasi dari pabrik adalah menggunakan default ini. Namun jika dokter mungkin atau customer yang ingin memiliki energi yang tidak eskalasi, tidak melakukan peningkatan, bisa diset juga untuk menyesuaikan kebutuhan.
This is just confirming that actually there was a study made in Singapore in 2017 by Professor Ananda, who has been the president of the Singapore Research Council, and he's at the Singapore General Hospital. And he recommended that AEDs should be able to escalate to higher than 200 joules for second shock. Otherwise, he found that the AEDs were not efficient enough. Our AEDs can do that.
Jadi Profesor Ananta dari presidennya dari Research Council dari Singapura melakukan penelitian, dan menurut penelitian dia adalah shock kedua dibutuhkan energi lebih dari 200 joule. Dan biasanya kalau AED tidak mampu lebih dari 200 joule, biasanya kemungkinan keberhasilan sangat kecil.
And the reason for mentioning this is that there are other AEDs that are, which you can call low energy AEDs, that only operate on a low energy level and are not able to escalate. And this is, we do not want to have that approach because our clinical studies show that we have a higher rate of survival, especially for people that require more than one shock.
Jadi memang banyak di pasaran AED tidak mampu melakukan peningkatan energi, dan mungkin hanya fixed energi yang sangat rendah, misalnya 150 joule. Jadi, tapi cardiac science ingin melakukan pendekatan yang berbeda mengikuti sesuai dengan eskalasi tadi.
This is just from you can say from a clinical, normally I don't show this, but since there's a lot of clinical people here, I just want to show you quickly that what we do is, when we have a biphasic shock, we have two phases. And what we do is we provide what we call a balanced shock. So this is a balanced shock. So this is the polarization of the heart during the first phase and during the second phase. What we do is we adjust the length of the shock, the timing, so that we leave the cardiac muscle neutral. So there's no charge left, residue charge on the cells. Because if you have, like here, charge left on the cells, that is an unstable situation, just like clouds that have plus and minus, and then you will have thunder and so on. It is an unbalanced waveform is more likely to result in so you have okay, and then you go back into refibrillation, the balanced waveform, there's less risk of refibrillation, so less shocks needed.
Jadi ini hanya menggambarkan mengenai yang disebut dengan charge balancing. Jadi di pertama kalau kita memiliki energi yang tersisa pada sel, sisa listrik, maka ini menjadi tidak stabil dan risiko menjadi refibrilasi ulang. Tetapi dengan kita memiliki charge yang seimbang atau balance, maka charge itu waktu selesai sama sekali tidak ada sisa, dan ini jauh lebih baik.
And in terms of which is the warranty and so on we provide of the device, so this was the technology part. I just want to confirm we give a 7-year warranty on the device. A 7-year warranty on the device. We already said we give a full 4-year operating guarantee on the battery. So it's an operating guarantee. Regardless of how frequently you use the AED, we guarantee 4 years of operation. So this makes it very simple for you, and especially with the e-catalog package, which has 2 batteries, you have an 8 years where you basically can say there will be no hidden costs for 8 years.
Jadi secara garansi kita memiliki garansi 7 tahun untuk unit dan 4 tahun tadi garansi untuk baterai. Untuk satu itu garansi pemakaian. Dan dengan e-catalog kita memberikan ekstra baterai 1, berarti secara 8 tahun itu terjamin tidak perlu ada biaya tambahan, kecuali pads-nya aja.
And some people ask me, well, what about this one? What if I have to run across and it's raining a lot? You don't need to worry at all. The IP rating on this device, I can take this into the shower with me, put it next to me in the shower, and then take it out when I'm finished and take it out again. There's no problem. So if you don't want to do defibrillation in the rain, because then the victim's chest is wet, that's not good. But you can easily take the device and run across however much it rains.
Jadi dari segi IP rating walaupun ini 2,4, 2 dan 24, namun ini masih sangat aman untuk kita bawa misalnya dalam hujan lebat, untuk misalnya ke antar gedung. Dan kalau bisa bawa ini bisa lagi shower, ditaruh di situ, ini masih akan aman untuk dipakai lagi.
And you also, I'll pass it around in a second. You can also feel the AED has rubberized coating, so it is also protected against if you for instance drop it. You just pass it around. You will see.
Jadi AED kita cukup kokoh ya, dan di sini ada pelindung karetnya juga, jadi kita bisa lihat.
66 juta.
Itu juga sangat sulit untuk dipecahkan tutupnya, jadi jangan ragu-ragu untuk membuka secara penuh. Itu masih setengah tuh sampai mentok secara dibukanya. Kalau nggak bisa tertutup waktu pakai.
No pads. The pads have to be inside. If there's no pads, because it's not ready to use. If you have pads inside, yes, it's yes, it must be inside. So these are open. You have to do one. Always better to have, because once they are open, they start to deteriorate. So here, just put them in. Because the system is not rescue ready. There's no pads in. Now we put the pads in. Close the lid. You put in the when you do this, to do a self-test, you just need to open the lid, close the lid, it will do a self-test, and it will go free. Wait. Okay. Now it's good. It is a safety measure because sometimes, let me just take it out. I will not do it now. Let's say you are rushing, you will open, take, and then before we did not have this one. So sometimes people were too fast and the connector came out. So we want to protect so the connector will not be pulled out if people pull a little bit in the wires. It is protected, so you really have to pull it out to come out. It is only to lessen the risk, so lower the risk that the connector will come out. But when you take them out, you can just pull it out, and you can pull it out here. So it's not difficult, but this is safe. I would say now you should not take it out. You should leave it in always. So it should, because after use you can, doesn't matter if you pull slow, so you can pull whatever. But lift this up a little bit. Here, so. And this is how you should store it. Always store it with the cats inside. Don't store it with the cats outside because it will take time to find pads, put them in. I will ask the price, but it comes with 12 sets of cash.
Harganya pasti cukup tinggi, hampir sekitar 20 juta. Namun awalnya
we always say, what is the price of life?